Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at today's topic video for the 31st. So here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh, also, this is the series where you guys can enter to win just by typing the word compassion in the comment section. And each Monday, I randomly select a winner and I do a storytelling for whomever our Monday winner is. We have a Knight of Cups. But we do have somebody who seems to have turned their back, but they're going toward the cup of love. So this could be somebody, possibly a Pisces, who is ready to ride for love. Nice. If they're turning their back on stress, fear, unhappiness, and saying, I honestly don't want to live in a place where I'm, afraid of what could happen, I'd rather move toward the potential for love, then fantastic. This looks like somebody is maybe they're getting the courage up because this is a message for the 31st, which is Halloween. Halloween is a time where you dress up, you play a different character. I mean, obviously, right? But maybe that's the energy here for someone. We have the Strength card. Definitely, we have a character who's willing to be more brave on the 31st. They're saying, I'm all, like nervous, but I still want to reach out. I always love this card so much because that's exactly what my Aries looks like when he is ferociously playing. This is not a mean look to me at all. This is a very energized animal, right? But I love this. I love this message for somebody. I feel like we may have a masculine in this story. Ooh, the magus. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and say we could have a masculine, possibly a Virgo or Gemini masculine. Could also be a Leo feminine involved in this. But he is saying, I'm turning my back on anything that has scared me about love in the past. Because this person that I like, I think she can handle my wildness. I think she would actually even like the way I do things. I think it doesn't bother her that maybe I don't know if he thinks he's too much or he thinks he's too wild sometimes, or if he worries that he may think about the world in a very abstract way. And he could have certain like imperious energy. Honestly, he could be like freaking genius. He could be brilliant. And I don't think he's at all arrogant. I know he's standing here a little bit arrogantly, but it's more like he does create stuff. He's moved his life forward. He is powerful. But at the same time, it's almost like he worries that maybe he's too much for some people. But he's like, but I think she's the kind of person that would like handle me really well. And I think she'd soothe me too. And I think, why am I scared? Why were you scared? Were you scared of her? Or were you scared of like the idea of rejection? Are you scared because you think other people find you're too much or what? Knight of Wands. I will say in this Knight of Wands, we have somebody who's out here and like there's a lot of people watching, kind of like in the public eye. This is like a jousting competition. I don't know if he is more in the public eye. We have Knight of Swords and Queen of Swords. This could be something where he's been a little bit worried or nervous or stressed at the idea of maybe he's publicly dated other people or something, and it's like, oh man, when things don't go well, they can throw you under the bus. So what's she heard of me? Maybe she'll judge me or think I'm moving too fast if I gravitate toward her, or maybe she'll imagine that I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. Maybe I have been that with other people in the past. Look, I know I'm approaching a queen and I know she's super intelligent and I know she probably won't put up with anything that she doesn't like. But I want to move toward her pretty fast. And I've been worried about that. What if if she has a poor opinion of me, or what if she assumes something about me? Because I am coming across as a knight, but I'm also a magician. I think He may have had lighthearted connections in the past that maybe she knows about. Maybe she's known him to date other people. Um, Maybe that's what she knows of him. I mean, he's 3 knights, but he's also a major arcana. This is not somebody who's actually flippant when he finds what he's looking for. And in particular, gotta say, he thinks the world of her. Maybe that's why he's like, I think she's the person who could like handle me. Maybe he had other short-lived relationships because he didn't match up with the right people. Maybe it was like, oh man, this is not going to click. This doesn't work. I feel like the fact that he looks at her with so much respect, 10 of Cups, he really believes that whatever he knows of her, the way she conducts herself, she does speak a lot of truth. And it's like, I know she'll hold me like super accountable, but she'll also calm me down. She's also way more mature. She's also somebody who's so much more like powerful. And maybe he's not used to that. Maybe he hasn't been around really powerful people before, but he is now. He's wanting somebody like her in his life. He actually really wants happiness. And he wants to kind of go through the hills and valleys with her. Meaning, I don't know what it is about his life, but he is, I think, partly like very spiritual because we have the School of Athens behind him, that painting, which is all about, mankind's struggle and, philosophical argument. Like, are we spiritual beings having a mortal experience, or are we mortal beings having a spiritual experience? And so I would just say he might be somebody that, like likes abstract or likes philosophical dialogues. And I feel like he's quite a thinker, but he might also be like artistic, or anybody that's a master manifester and creator. And again, I mean, he's dressed in such an unusual way. I would say he could be very brilliant, very eclectic, very unique. And I don't think that there's anybody else out there that he feels could like accept all of that. And maybe he knows he gets like too hyper focused on stuff, and it's like, she's going to reel me in. I know she will. He must have had some kind of interaction with her to know that she comes across as somebody who's like got some real truth and she's not afraid to say it. King of Wands. He's nervous when it comes to her. You see the position of his hands? He either fell for her because he saw her say something that was really real, or because she looked right at him and said something real. But that's like when he fell for her. She doesn't take ish from anybody. She doesn't mess around. She says what she thinks. She's pretty straightforward. He loves her bluntness, and that's one of the times that he fell for her. Like, that's when his heart opened up. Is maybe it's because he's like, I could trust her. I know I could trust her. If she says she likes somebody, she likes them. If she says how she feels, she means it. And that right there could have been when he fell in love with her. Not because everything she says he likes, or everything that she says, is something he agrees with, but because I know that's the real her. And there is something to be said for somebody that you really believe is showing the real them. I don't know. I love the fact that he's fallen for her, even though she makes him a little bit nervous. But he's fallen for the real her. The Star. Oh gosh, yeah, he's fallen. He thinks that she's both healing and soothing, and also something that's quite unique, and somebody that's a little bit, distant from him. Like, he has not loved her yet. He has not held her in his arms yet, at least from what I can tell here, because she's a little distant. He may think of her as a star. He may see her as very unique, like one in a billion, But I would argue he is the same, He seems to be a very intelligent, very unique minded person, very creative. He sees her as somebody who's like very sharp minded, but not mean at all, fair and balanced and very beautiful, but kind of like, I don't know if there's a little bit of an allure for him to her, because it's like, I know she's sweet, but she's also like kind of like has strong boundaries. But I also know She's so soothing. She won't lie to me. She'll stand very strong. And I know that if she decides to love me, I can trust that. I can trust she wouldn't leave me either if she says she's staying. We have the Fool. All of this is giving him confidence, even though he's like, I might be like literally taking the most dangerous step in my life. Like if you're going to travel with a freaking crocodile. Of course, the crocodile, so, we've got this Egyptian backdrop, and Sobek, the crocodile god, is my favorite out of the Egyptian pantheon. Sobek is like the ancient Egyptians saw him as the protector of like women and children, but he also is said to have either filled the Nile River with either his tears or his sweat. And he is also like the great god of tremendous fertility and like lustiness. So we have him playing a lot of roles, We have him being, and of course, there's also a ferocious side to him as well. So, as the alligator god, crocodile god, he is many things. Protector and someone to cherish and somebody who helps the river Nile flood. But then there's also like a ferocious and like earthy sensual quality to him as well. And I feel like maybe that's why this lead character, this masculine, is like, I am literally going to travel, maybe physically travel, because he's got his knapsack on his back and she seems to be at a distance, so he may be having to physically travel to her at some point. But it's like on the 31st, he's making the decision. I don't know that he's actually traveling to her, but he's making the decision. Even though this could be like claws and jaws and a huge mistake, I gotta know if I'm right about this. I gotta gravitate toward her. Because if I'm right, maybe she is powerful like Sobek, where there's like, yes, she has the power to like break my heart on one hand, but on the other hand, there's so much good about her. Like she's an intense person, he's an intense person. That's what I get out of this. But that's also why he's gravitating toward her. So if that is what he's decided about her, if that is what he's like come to the conclusion of, well, she doesn't know this. We have a Two of Swords. We have a Six of Wands. He's kind of happy that she doesn't know this. And we have a King of Coins. He's getting more confident. He's more like, yes, this is right. I have fallen for her for all the right reasons. And I definitely want to like offer her something. I want to go to her castle. I feel better about this plan because it's almost like he can surprise her or something is how this comes across. Are you traveling to her? I mean, he's on his horse again on that Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. I don't know. This says that there's some blockages. He can't go toward her on the 31st. This is just his planning. He's quite certain about what he would like to do. Seven of Coins. Yeah, definitely he has plans that will come to pass. There are probably some blockages, and that could be good. That could be blockages for both of them. She's got some stuff she needs to take care of. He has a little bit of time to plan this, but I mean, he's certain. He's made the decision, and I think he's absolutely certain that this is what I'm doing. So the 31st is a day where he gets clarity. I know who I like. I know why I like her. She's strong. She's intense. She's also kind of hard to get, and she's just right for me. She's somebody I have really good opinions of. I'm going for that one. I think he's spot on. Universe, do you have any final message about this? King of Cups. He is all the kings for her. He is knights and he is kings. He is action taking and he is heartfelt. And I feel like there's a layer of him that he's never shown to anybody that he feels like he could show to her. You notice even a King of Cups, he's under the water here and he's got this mask on. I feel like there's a layer to him that he's never shown to anybody else. And he already knows she's the one he'd show that to. That's actually really beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and I do want to do a little message for somebody whose birthday is on the 31st. So here we go. for a little message for the 31st, we have the Eight of Cups, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Two of Swords. This could be a year ahead where our character walks away from certain things in their life. They say, I'm listening to the guidance of my soul. There could be a time where our character is really like enjoying looking at the galaxy, the Milky Way. They could be much more like astronomy minded. They could find themselves wanting to like decorate in like, planetary themes, or, buy clothing or apparel or something that has like planets, maybe jewelry or necklaces that have to do with the planets or something like that, or the stars. But it might be symbolic because our character knows that they're listening closely to the messages of the universe that they're downloading about their true life path. And that means that they are walking away from certain things and walking into the great unknown. We see the full moon there. I don't know what I'm walking toward, but it almost looks like the universe is like, it's all right. We got somebody here to catch it. We got a King of Cups. We have like arms wide open. It feels like whatever a character is saying, look, all I know is what I've been doing isn't right for me, so I'm walking into the great unknown. It says our character is, they're certainly doing something brave, or maybe it's like, I don't have a choice. My job ended, so here I go. I'm going to try to go and pursue something that I've really wanted. It actually looks really lovely, like our character could be heavily embraced, by whatever they're walking toward. This more true life path could fit them so much better. But I will say this, they probably won't know it like until they're in it. Like every step, it's not like our character can see every step in front of them. All these cards still keep showing us that there's something that's kind of hidden, and then it becomes clear. It's like you don't see what tomorrow brings until the sun comes up. You don't see how one plan is going to lead to the next, to the next. This isn't really a year where a character does a ton of planning. Please remember, these are fictional stories about fictional characters, right? But this isn't a year where a character can exactly plan, like, okay, my job ended, but I'm going to go find this other job. Here's what I'm doing. This step, this step, this step. It feels like there's going to be some twists and turns, some things that our character wouldn't have recognized because they have almost like a fairy godmother who's going to keep gifting them things and showing them like, and now this is a hug from the universe, and this is the thing that you get next. But it feels like, it could be kind of an emotional time because it's like, I can't see what comes next, even though I'm trying to listen to my true life purpose. But it feels like every day there's another thing that clicks into place and another thing that clicks into place. But that could be kind of stressful because I want to make a plan, but I can't make a plan. The plan shows itself to me when I'm supposed to see it. Like that could be a little bit mind-boggling for a character, but on the other hand, it still looks like they're getting so many beautiful things. It's just they can't see the road ahead. And maybe it's just because they're busy living their true life path. It could be upsetting a little bit, but on the other hand, it still looks like it's so positive. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.